Hello?
KK.
Hey, man, what's shaking?
What's going on? It's Oli.
Yeah, yes, sir, man. What's going on out there in Portland, Maine?
Nothing much. We're just having a great time preparing you 10 questions here, and I'll just cut to questions, and there'll be one silly segment in there that we'll do, which is putting you on a $3 million question thing.
All right, I can dig it.
Okay. First question, let's just talk about, basically talking about how you're doing with your Theater of Death tour with Alice Cooper. And the question is, how's it feel to be out there this tour?
I think it's great, man. I think this the Rob Zombie Alice Cooper package is really it's been a long time coming. I think a lot of the people that love Rob Zombie, know that he was influenced by Alice, and it's never happened the last almost 20 years that Rob's been doing his thing. So I think it's a great blend of kind of like the old school master, which is Alice, and more of the new school guy taking the torch and doing the theatrical rock, man. So it's working out great. I mean, I think Alice is gaining a lot of great new fans from Rob's people that have never seen Coop, and then vice versa. So it's awesome, man. Yeah,
that was a killer show, and we really appreciate getting to see that. And you're just blown away by all the multiple shows that were involved. That show. It's a very medley-like show, and wow.
Oh yeah.
Great dueling guitars, great work, man. Just loved it a lot.
Thank you very much, my man.
Specific Alice Cooper musical question for you as a guitar teacher and, great session player, great live player. What fret does that Dead Babies bridge start on in the bridge, that single note?
What section?
Boom, 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 doo, doom, doom, boom, bo, doo, doom, doom, boom, boom. You know that?
Yes, that's an A.
Awesome. That's all I need to know.
yeah, exactly. We're in A, baby. Keep it simple.
That's cool. Hey, I'm going to switch it up a bit here because we'll talk a lot about the tour outside of just how you felt about it. Past work with Slash, got to go through some of that. What kind of moments in that? How did that all come about? Getting hooked up with Slash and you. I mean, I know you've been around a long time in LA, and you're a very big, on everyone's list. Let's get KK, man. How did it all start with that situation? Maybe Snake Pit.
Well, this is very natural. I mean, it was. To be honest with me, I had known Slash and the other guys in the band. For a few years, and, we'd hang out over at Slash's place, drinking beer and shooting pool and whatever. And it had just come up, to be honest, that he needed a guitar player. And it's very ironic. It's kind of like a very strange situation. A buddy of mine who was in the band at the time playing with Slash, he also played with Alice here and there. And there was this Alice tour that was coming up, and there was a Slash was getting ready to do another tour with AC/DC. And so for whatever reason, my buddy Ryan, he wanted to continue the Alice route, all good and dandy. So Slash said, hey, well, yeah, why don't you just come down and jam with us or whatever? I go, okay, cool. So like I said, I already knew all the dudes anyway. So Slash had a studio, he had like a 3-level house, 2-level house, but in the basement, he had a full recording studio, and we'd rehearse there and all that as well. So, like a day or two later, whatever, I brought my amps down. Oh, we're going to play at 2 o'clock or whatever. And, set my shit up. So we jammed for an hour or two or something. And I was going to take my gear back, and Adam Day, who had been Slash's longtime guitar tech for literally 20 years, I go, hey, Adam, so yeah, I'm going to grab my crap. He goes, oh, no, just leave it. And I go, all right. And I go, okay, whatever. He goes, oh, yeah, just don't worry about it. I go, okay, cool. And I think later that night or the next day or whatever, Slash goes, oh, yeah, dude, yeah, you're in the band. Everything's fine. We're going to go out with ACD. He goes, we're going to go out with AC/DC like in a couple of weeks. So come back tomorrow for rehearsal. I go, okay.
That's cool. That's great.
So it sounds like a wild story. I mean, a lot of people ask me, to be honest with you, about gigs, how I got that gig or Rat or this one or that one or whatever. And
yeah,
I wish I had a better, kind of crazier story, but it's honestly, dude, it's like you just wait for the phone to ring, and next thing you know, the phone rings, and it's Slash or it's Rachel from Skid Row, guys that you've known or whatever, and they just say, "Hey, can you hook up with us tomorrow?"
That's great.
Go, all right, yeah, let's do it. So it's not the craziest story, but that's kind of it's. I've been very fortunate and very lucky to play with all the people that I've been able to do this with, and hell, I love it, dude. That's the bottom line.
That's great. That's the best kind of story, though.
Yeah.
On that, let's combine, working with Alice Cooper and all the guys and this. How do you guys rehearsal? Do you rehearse differently before? Once you're on the road, it's pretty much in your bones, like it's in your blood, right? Or do you change up the show any?
Very rarely. The way that the Alice shows are done, usually they do a thing called a tour cycle. So whether it's on a record or just that tour concept, let's put it that way, they'll do that for about 2 years typically. And what happens at that point is we'll usually go rehearse for like, say, 2 or 3 weeks. But most of that rehearsing is kind of more of the whole overall show as a theatrical production,
cool,
as well as the music. So we'll have there'll be say, for instance, 35 or 40 songs that are kind of on the slate, on the playlist. And we have a guy named Rob Roth who helps us out with the show, putting the show together. Wow. Rob Roth did Beauty and the Beast for Broadway, and he did the Broadway show with Elton John, etc. He's actually doing the new Nightmare Before Christmas with Tim Burton right now as well. So he's the guy that puts Alice's shows together, makes the music work with all the theatrics, and try to make it into just a whole production, as not just song like a lot of other rock bands. So we come in there, 35, 40 songs. They start kind of putting things together and moving things around. I mean, we'll have like a 10-hour rehearsal day.
Wow.
But we'll only actually play probably for 1 hour, because a lot of it's talking through things, or Rob will say, "Alice, sit here. Okay, play that bridge section of that. Let's go into this song and see if that works," and kind of putting things together that way. So to be honest with you, we don't really sit in a rehearsal room and practice for 5, 6, 7, 8 hours the songs. It's more of putting the show together as a whole piece.
That's cool.
So it's very, very different than a regular, rock band, like whoever, Skid Row or whatever. They would go, "Hey, let's go play our, 6, 7, 8 hits and add these other 4 or 5 songs. Let's go and rehearse for a couple of days and just go out there and bang it out." This is really more of a production piece. Some songs are medleys, some songs are cut. It has to work with the show.
Yeah. Thus the theater of death. That's awesome. That's great.
Yes, sir.
Hey, let's change it up. Tell us about Big Bang Babies.
That was an old project I had when I was a wee young rocker back in the early 90s, yeah. And so I was living in L.A. like everybody else was. I was like 18, 19 years old, living on floors and blah, blah, blah. And, we had a neat little kind of like commercial rock / glitter rock project that I did. And it was, we had a good time at it. And it was kind of like Slade, Sweet, Susie Quattro meets Bon Jovi and Elton John or something like that. Cause it was, the late 80s and early 90s. Everybody was playing commercial rock, but I really liked a lot of the glitter rock element. So that was kind of what the project was all about. And we had a good time, and we had made a couple little CDs that were just, independently released. And we have a new one that's out. Well, it's not new in general, but it's a best of record that's available on the digital domain. You got to embrace technology these days. And you can get Big Bang Babies on iTunes and all the other digital outlets that you buy all your songs for 50 cents or 99 cents.
That's excellent, man. That would be what we want to hear. Some of that is the fuel of your past that's got you here.
Oh,
today.
Yeah.
Hey, we talked the other night, your lessons on the road. How does that work? Your guitar lessons.
Basically, it gives me something to do during the day, to be honest with you. A lot of people think that the rock and roll business, it's always a big, huge party and you've got tons of things to do, which sometimes you do, to be honest. But, a lot of times you wake up in the morning, you're sitting in the hotel room for 5, 6, 7, 8 hours. So I try to figure out, well, what can I do? Well, I can give guitar lessons. So basically what I do is I have people sign up whenever we're in town, whatever town that may be on the tour, and they can come in and do an hour guitar lesson with me. I go over anything they'd like to go over, scales, arpeggios, songs. They want to learn Coop stuff or any other songs. And then that's it. We do it in the hotel room, and they, take some pictures sometimes and sign some autographs, and I get something out of it, and they get something out of it. It gives me something to do, like I said.
That's great, man. That's ingenious. That's really cool. Do you suggest... If not, I'd just be literally just sitting there watching TV, which would be non-productive. Let's put it that way. Do you suggest to students as a teacher to read notes, melodically and harmonically, or do you teach tab, or both? Is it part of the whole process?
Yeah, me personally, the way I really do tell people they should learn the notes, because that's what I did, and I think it's helped me immensely, in all these different situations that I've been involved in. That's another thing for myself, to play with all these different kind of people that I've played with. I've got so many different vibes and personalities that I've dealt with. So I think my musical knowledge has helped me out, leaps and bounds above somebody that maybe would not have had that knowledge. Because there's the musical side and the personality side, but I always tell people on the musical side, hey man, learn all the notes all over the fretboard, know the scales, know exactly why is this a dominant 7, why is this a minor 7, why is this a 9, why is this suspended, or whatever. I think, it'll help you leaps and bounds, and that's just my opinion. I'm sure there's people that have made millions of dollars in the music business, or great guitar players that are not schooled, all good and dandy. But like I said, I do preach really knowing what you're doing.
I like that. I think it might help young explorers on guitar or, other instruments as well to be able to communicate with each other by knowing, they say the word 8 bars.
Yeah. I mean, I was just teaching somebody the other day, and I was showing them this E arpeggio, and I was telling them the notes. I go, here, blah, blah, blah. And they're all, well, what fret? 17, 19, 16? And, they think of things in fret numbers because I think of the tab or some other kind of crap like that. And like I said, all good and dandy. I don't think there's not a right or wrong way.
Sure.
But I would prefer knowing the notes and knowing the proper notes and why that's an E minor arpeggio. Why is that? Well, it's the 1, 3, 5 of E minor,
Yeah.
E, G, B,
Yep.
and like I said, that's my opinion. So
that's cool, man. I like that. It's a little bit of tech, musical tech talk. And on that, your guitar tunings. Do you have any weird conventions, or what do you tune with right now with Theater of Death?
Yeah, with Coop, we're pretty standard. I mean, we play in standard tuning, but it's a half step down, which obviously most rock acts do.
So E flat standard.
Yeah. So yeah, E flat and then standard tuning, and then we also have the drop D.
Okay.
On top of that. So technically, that drop D note would actually be B flat, of course, but drop D and then the standard tuning. So that's really it with Coop. I mean, he is not too wild and crazy like some of the newer school kids are these days, So it's that's easier for me, to be honest with you. I picked up a 7-string guitar. I'm like, I know what. Obviously, you got the low B on there, but it just is so foreign to me, and it's just because I haven't played it and I haven't had a reason to be honest. But Coop, we kind of just do things. It's old school. Take the guitar, plug in, turn on 10, and let's hit it.
That's great. That's cool. That's great. Fun stuff to ask you. A little odder musical questions on that. Hey, I'd like to go to a topic that both of you and I share, and that is beer.
Yes, sir.
Did you like the Allagash?
Oh, Allagash is off the chain. You kidding me? You guys are the best.
We all want to know.
Definitely one of the best, man.
We all wanted to know what you thought of the box that we gave you. Like and have you drank any of it yet, or what?
I've drank all the white, dude, because I don't know. I can't get too crazy out here with Coop, dude. So all the white's great.
I hear you. It's a little.
Yeah. Al, you start getting fluxes and stuff like that. It's pretty. Next thing I know, I don't know what notes I'm hitting, but maybe after the show, But no, the Allagash Brewery, I don't even have to tell you. I mean, it's incredible quality brews up there. I wish I can get it at my place.
Well, that's a thing, and I got back to work, and we're like, we don't have a Nevada distributor, and I'm going to get to that about Aces and Ales in a second here, and I'm like, you got to be kidding me, and so I realized that my wife Lee and I will probably be driving our Jeep filled with cases and cases of beer for you. We'll probably just drive out to you or something.
Oh, that would be legend. All right, like I told you, I'll just take we can get a truck to grab a couple of pallets, dude, and just bring it to us. So either way, we'll make it happen.
Somehow that's what we'll have to do, and that's kind of why we sent you that funny poster of Smokey and the Bandit. I didn't know if you got that joke, but
no, I love it. No, of course, dude. We want that Coors.
Oh man, it's funny. On that, can you tell us about Aces and Ales? Is it in the main strip there in Vegas? Is it easy to find? What's up with that place?
Yeah, so Aces and Ales in Las Vegas. It is my little craft beer oasis, and we are actually off the strip on the east side of Las Vegas.
Cool.
And it's a locals bar or a destination bar. Obviously, people go there for the beer. But we go off, dude. I got to tell you that we got the best beer selection in Las Vegas, bar none. 22 draft, cask, as well as probably about, depending on exactly what we have in, probably 50 to 70 bottles. And I try to keep all A quality stuff. No crap on tap. All killer, no filler.
So people send firkins and stuff and pins.
Oh yeah, dude.
Because those can be mailed. We do that sometimes. I'm wondering if we can... We're going to come up with something for you. I don't know what it's going to be. And here we are going to say this on internet radio right now for the whole world.
Yeah,
so.
we'll make it happen. One way or another, everything will be okay.
What's good on the menu there?
Everything is good on the menu. We have... it's kind of... I got to take a drink of my beer right now.
I'll join you.
Oh, man. I'm drinking some Green Flash IPA here with Chris from Beer Coasters podcast in Dallas, Texas.
Wow, that's great. That's one of my wife's favorite IPAs, Green Flash.
Oh, yeah. It's killer, man. It's killer. As far as the menu goes, I mean, we've got... It's a chef-driven menu, which is well above many of the pubs that... Well, I guess all around America in general, but especially in Vegas, a lot of the pubs are focused on gaming and things like that. We do have gaming in our facility. We have 15 video poker machines, but we have all the standard pub fare, which is buffalo wings and onion rings and all that, that kind of bullshit. But we have specialty items, crab cakes, great crab cakes. We have seared ahi tuna salad. Seared ahi,
nice.
Entrees and things like that. So, and we have specialize in a bunch of different fries, which are very awesome. Belgian fries, blue cheese fries, blah, blah, blah. So more of a upper echelon. I mean, we're not trying to be Morton's necessarily, but, we're not the run-of-the-mill pub food that you would regularly get. So that's kind of it goes hand in hand with it, trying to have quality beer, try to have quality food products,
Yeah, man, that's got to be fun. We'll have to head out there, dude. That's for sure, man.
Dude, you get out there and be off the chain, dude. We should definitely hook up, dude.
That'd be cool.
You'll be hammered.
Well, we'll bring Retrograve there, my duet, man. It's a metal duet, and we'll slam the place.
I can dig it.
That'd be fun. Hey, what future projects do you think you're going to be doing? And if you know any that right away, or is there anything that is coming up in your brain, or something new that you know you're going to be doing, or anything you'd like to talk about that way?
Well, we've got the new Alice Cooper DVD just came out a couple of weeks ago, which is that Theater of Death, as we touched on earlier, which we filmed in London at the Hammersmith last year. That's awesome. It's coming out, I think it came out 2 weeks ago on regular DVD. Now it's coming out in Blu-ray, I think, this week.
Yeah.
Bob Ezrin mixed the sound on that, which is awesome. But the brand new Alice Cooper record is going to be coming out next year, and this is going to be something that's very special because Bob Ezrin is back involved in the whole production on that. Bob Ezrin, the early Alice records.
Yeah.
From Kiss Destroyer, from Pink Floyd The Wall. Very legendary producer, great guy.
Wow.
And then, we'll see. Alice is up for the nomination for the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, so that would be awesome. Maybe, I don't know if we will be there playing or he had some of the original guys or not, but I think it's great for Alice to be involved in it. I think he should be in the Hall of Fame.
Oh, yeah.
And myself, I'm just going to keep rocking and drinking the best beer I can drink and, keeping the people happy and maybe doing some Russian TV shows or who knows, I don't know.
Well, you're making me happy, that's for sure, man.
That's really it, my man.
Cool. Well, let's move on to something a little silly here. I'm going to ask you 3 questions from the Want to Be a Millionaire show or whatever. What was the...
Yeah.
You've got to be a millionaire. I forgot the title. Got 3 crazy questions, and the ones I'm going to ask you are the last questions, the ones that got somebody $1 million. Okay. Here's the first question. You ready?
Yes, sir.
What is the name of the largest breed of frog in the world? Here we go. Goliath is A, Hercules B, Atlas C, D is Samson.
I would think the answer would have to be A, Goliath.
Yes, you're right. That's great. Question number...
It had to be Goliath. Come on.
Yeah, come on, All right, question number 2. How many different combinations of dots are used in Braille? Here we go. A, 49. B, 63. C, 75. D, 87.
So maybe something in between there. I don't really know, but how about B, 63?
That's excellent. You're right.
Unbelievable.
Ah, love it. And the last question, this will give you about $3 million worth of questions here, KK.
All right.
How many bones are in a human hand?
I think the answer is 27.
I think the answer is 27.
How about that?
That's it. You guys are right.
You're right.
Oh my God, that's $3 million worth of answers.
Wow. So now, what can I retire now?
I think so. It's
All
definitely
right,
gonna.
sounds good to me.
All right. Hey, KK.
You can come play with Alice Cooper. Come on out.
Oh man, that's great. Oh, you guys rock, man. Thank you so much. I would just like to let you close. We're on Metal Messiah Radio. What would you like to say on internet radio? It's the whole world. You guys, we're going to be listing your tour dates for what's happening in Europe and the rest, on the rest of what you're doing right now. So it'll catch up with you. We'll probably air you probably next week or, the week after. And
cool.
It'll catch up to while you're still on the road. So what would you like to say to the world out there?
It's, what do you say, Metal Messiah?
Yeah, Metal Messiah Radio.
Okay, cool. I just want to say, hey, thank you to everybody listening to Metal Messiah Radio, Keri Kelli, Alice Cooper, supporting myself, supporting the show, supporting Alice. We're going to be in Europe for the next month, so if you're around, come out and see us play. Will not be disappointed. One of the best Alice Cooper shows in the last 30 years, I guarantee it. Come on and see us.
KK, thank you very much, man, and great friendship, and I think that we found, man. You guys are great. Say hi to
Absolutely.
everybody, and
I will,
just
brother.
appreciate this call, bro.
Cool, man. No worries, man. Yeah, dude, you got to look up my boys. They'll do the Beer Coasters podcast.
Beer Coasters podcasts?
Yes, sir.
What is that?
These guys are into drinking beer.
Okay.
Good shit. Yeah, go check it out.
Okay, that sounds cool.
I'm sure that they have beers, different dudes from different regions around America. There's like 3 cats, and they try different beers and talk about them and blah, blah, blah. I'm sure they've had some of your stuff, the Allagash stuff, right?
Yeah.
Have you had that on samples? Yeah. Like, you know, so they do the whole review and the whole 9 yards. Killer.
Well, we'll definitely do that. So it's beer, what was it again?
Coasters, dude, like a roller coaster.
Cool. Beer Coasters podcast. Thank you so much, bro. Have a great time. Guess it's your day off today, and talk to you again, man.
Cool, Jeff. I'll talk to you soon, brother.
All right, bro.